It has been 2.5 years since Dune hit theaters, and HBO Max raking in more than $400 million and winning 6 Academy Awards. This weekend, Timothée Chalamet and crew are back for part 2 of the sci-fi epic.
With more, we are joined by our resident film critic, Grae Drake. Grae, is it worth it to go back into the Dune world?
Dune is thirsty. I was really glad I brought water to this one, honestly. So much sand, so much. It is perfectly consistent with the other film. This is really an unusual moment in movies because however you felt about that one, you'll feel about this one. It's gorgeous. The costumes are amazing. The performances are good. We've got so much more action in this one. And I was kind of like, I'm very impressed. It held my attention at almost 3 hours long.
Wow.
Yeah, and who cares about the story? I mean, we all know where it's going. Like, Timothée Chalamet is Paul Atreides, and is he the Messiah? Everyone's trying to figure it out. And I'm kind of like, Atreides, there's definitely going to be 3 of these.
Yeah, especially if it does well this weekend, which you expected it to do well.
Yes.
I mean, it's a rainy weekend, too.
And they did not wrap this story up.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, there's a 3.
This is a win.
All right.
How?
Well, backstage, I asked you about Problemista, and you did it again. Your eyes lit up.
I do. I get crazy eyes. I'm so excited about this one because Julio Torres, he wrote, directed, and stars in this movie. He is so talented. He did this show on Max called Los Spookies. Okay, so funny.
I watched.
It's great. Wrote for SNL, and now he's playing Ale, who is this El Salvadorian immigrant who loses his job, and his immigration status is in trouble. He's going to lose his visa. His only hope is getting a job with the world's strangest woman, played by our real-life world's strangest woman, Tilda Swinton. It's so funny. It taught me about the difficulties of our immigration system. It gave me empathy, and I laughed so hard. This is like the best example of what movies can be.
Oh, wow, that's quite the review.
How
about Spaceman?
Okay, so over on Netflix, we've got Adam Sandler in a serious movie, which does not sound serious when I tell you that he's alone in space, wife Carey Mulligan, pregnant on Earth, things are not going great, mental health not super. Along comes a gigantic spider to sort of read his thoughts and act as a therapist. Now, I know, it's so weird. It sounds like a comedy, and it is not. It's really thoughtful. And the spider calls him Skinny Human. And at first I was like, I am not on board with a gigantic spider therapist unless it is calling me skinny. And then I'm kind of on board. So, like, be prepared. It's like, I'm basic. What can I say? And so be prepared for the weirdness of this one. But I really, thought a lot about my own life while watching it. It's a weirdly impressive movie.
Okay.
Great.
All right. Yeah. Well, it's sci-fi kind of a weekend. It's rainy, so we picked our favorite sci-fis.
Yes.
Beginning with yours, you picked
2001: A Space Odyssey, which is so much like Dune.
I picked Star Trek: First Contact, which is the best movie of the Next Generation cast, which of course is my favorite cast of Star Trek, including Captain Picard, who you see right there.
Who you've, grown up to interview as well.
One of the career highlights.
Well, and then you interviewed this guy too.
Yes.
You're basically friends with Schwarzenegger. So my pick is Terminator.
Yes.
And
the first one?
Yeah, yes, of course. Linda Hamilton, I mean, for me, she was amazing. Sarah Connor, of course, Schwarzenegger, that goes without saying. But yeah, this is a good throwback.
It's so good. Yeah. And one time I was watching it, and we had a literal earthquake here, and I couldn't tell. It's so good.
That's hilarious. All right, Grae, have a great weekend. Good to have a movie weekend.
I know, so good across the board.
Yeah, really exciting.